Every manager has that one employee who makes their job much harder. Maybe it's the person who questions every decision in public, or spreads negativity around the team, or pushes boundaries to see what they can get away with. You've tried being patient, you've tried being firm, but nothing seems to work. Meanwhile, your other team members are getting frustrated and the team spirit is suffering. Here's what most managers don't realize. Difficult employees aren't just a people problem. They're a test of your leadership skills. In the next 13 minutes, I'm going to share the exact 5-step system that transforms difficult employees into productive team members. More importantly, how to protect your team's spirit throughout the process. But before we dive in, if this content helps you become a better leader, please hit the like button and subscribe. It really helps us reach more managers who need these tools. Step 1. Understand what you're really dealing with. Before you can manage difficult behavior, you need to understand what you're really dealing with. This is where most managers get it wrong from the start. Labeling someone as difficult can be dangerous. What we label as difficult behavior usually falls into 5 categories. First, the challenger. Questions authority and decisions often publicly. Second, the negativity spreader. Always pessimistic and complains frequently. Third, the boundary pusher. Tests rules and limits repeatedly. Fourth, the drama creator. Turns minor issues into major conflicts. Fifth, the silent resistor. Passive aggressive and quietly undermines plans. Here's the key insight. Difficult behavior is usually a symptom, not the problem itself. People don't wake up deciding to be difficult. Something is driving that behavior. Common root causes include feeling unheard or undervalued, lack of clarity about expectations or changes, skill gaps they're embarrassed to admit, personal stress affecting work performance, or misalignment between their values and role requirements. Understanding the why behind the behavior completely changes how you approach the solution. Step 2. Have the diagnostic conversation. Most managers either avoid the conversation entirely or approach it in a way that immediately puts the person on the defensive. The way you frame your initial discussion about difficult behavior sets the tone for every interaction that follows. Get this wrong and you will spend months battling instead of improving. I use the explore framework for these conversations. E. Establish safety and genuine curiosity. X. Examine specific behaviors you observed. P. Probe for their perspective and underlying concerns. L. Listen actively without defending or justifying. O. Outline mutual understanding of the situation. R. Request collaboration on finding solutions. And E. Establish next steps and follow-up timeline. This approach puts you as a partner seeking to understand, not an adversary seeking to control. Step 3. Reset expectations clearly. Understanding the root cause is only the beginning. Now you need to establish clear expectations while maintaining the collaborative relationship that you built. Many managers avoid setting clear boundaries because they think it will damage the relationship with the employee. The opposite is actually true. Unclear expectations create anxiety and conflict. Clear boundaries create safety and trust. Effective expectation setting has 4 key parts. First, specific behaviors. Clear, observable actions rather than personality changes. Second, reasonable standards. Expectations that align with the role and the company culture. Third, mutual agreement. Confirming they understand and can commit to the expectations. Fourth, support offered. Resources, training, or assistance to help them succeed. Some difficult employees will test your resolve by pushing back against new expectations. This is normal and actually a positive sign. It means they're taking you seriously. Step 4. Create a behavior modification system. The real transformation happens when you create a system that reinforces positive behavior while addressing negative behavior consistently. The biggest mistake managers make is being inconsistent with consequences. They'll ignore behavior for weeks, then suddenly come down hard when they have reached their breaking point. This creates confusion and resentment. I saw this play out with a manager named Ravi, who was dealing with a drama-creating employee named Shreya. Shreya had a pattern of turning minor issues into major conflicts, involving multiple people in problems that should have been simple conversations, creating unnecessary tension in the team. For months, Ravi ignored the behavior, hoping it would improve on its own. When it didn't, he finally exploded and threatened disciplinary action. Shreya felt blindsided. The team was confused. The relationship became adversarial. A successful behavior modification system has three parts. First, immediate feedback. Address behavior in real time when possible. Second, consistent consequences. Same response to same behavior every time. Third, positive reinforcement. Recognition when they demonstrate desired behavior. Instead of saving up feedback for formal meetings, address behavior as it happens. Shreya, I noticed you pulled 3 people into the scheduling issue. Let's reset and handle this directly between us. As one example, I appreciate that you have concerns about this decision. Can we discuss them after the meeting rather than debating in front of the team? Is another example. Thank you for bringing this issue directly to me instead of discussing it with others first. That's exactly like the approach I was hoping for. When employees start demonstrating positive behavior, immediate recognition is crucial. Many managers are so focused on correcting negative behavior that they forget to acknowledge improvements. After Shreya started bringing issues directly to Ravi instead of creating team drama, he made sure to recognize it. Shreya, I want to acknowledge how you handled that client concern today. Coming to me directly allowed us to resolve it quickly without unnecessary stress for the team. That's the kind of problem-solving approach that really helps our team succeed. Step 5. Protect your team's morale. While you're working to improve one difficult employee, you have to protect the morale and productivity of everyone else. Your good employees are watching how you handle difficult behavior. If they see you enabling dysfunction or allowing one person to disrupt everyone else's they lose respect for your leadership. Eventually, they leave. I coached a manager named Ananya through this exact challenge. She had a high-performing but difficult employee named Vivek. He was brilliant at his technical work, but consistently condescending to his teammates and resistant to feedback. Ananya spent months trying to coach Vivek, while his behavior continued to affect team meetings and project collaboration. Her other team members started coming to her privately, expressing frustration, asking why Vivek seemed to operate by different rules. Ananya realized that she needed to be proactive in protecting her team's experience, not just reactive to Vivek's behavior. The team protection framework has 4 parts. First, clear communication. Let the team know that you are aware of the issue and actively addressing it. Second, boundary enforcement. Don't allow one person's behavior to derail team meetings or projects. Third, individual support. Check in with team members who are being affected. And fourth, alternative processes. Create workarounds that protect productivity while improvement happens. Ananya had a team meeting where she said, I want to address something directly. I know there have been some challenges and dynamics in our team meetings lately. I'm working with all team members on maintaining a respectful collaborative environment. In the meantime, if anyone's behavior is preventing you from doing your best work, please come talk to me directly. This message accomplished several things. It acknowledged the team's experience without calling out individuals, demonstrated that she was taking action, opened the door for people to come to her with concerns, and set expectations for everyone's behavior. Sometimes, despite your best efforts, The difficult behavior continues and you have to make the tough decision about that person's future. One of the hardest lessons in management is recognizing when someone is not going to change despite your best efforts. Continuing to invest time and energy in someone who refuses to improve is unfair to your other team members. It ultimately hurts your credibility as a leader. After 90 days of intense support and clear expectations, ask yourself these questions. Capability. Do they have the fundamental ability to succeed with the behavioral changes required? Commitment. Are they genuinely invested in changing or just going through the motion? Culture impact. Is their continued presence helping or hurting team culture? Credibility cost. What's the impact on your leadership credibility if this continues? If the answers point towards no realistic path to improvement, it's time to have a different conversation about the future with the organization. Wrapping up, here's your complete 5-step framework. Step 1. Conduct a diagnostic conversation. Use the Explore framework to understand root causes. Position yourself as a partner, not an adversary. Focus on understanding before seeking to be understood. Step 2. Reset expectations clearly. Set specific behavioral expectations. Offer support while maintaining non-negotiable standards. Get explicit agreement and commitment. Step 3. Implement a behavior modification system. Provide immediate, consistent feedback. Maintain consistent consequences for behavior. Recognize and reinforce positive changes. Step 4. Protect team morale. Communicate appropriately with the broader team. Don't allow one person to disrupt everyone's actions. Provide individual support to affected team members. Step 5. Make the go or no-go decision. Use the decision framework after adequate improvement time. Consider capability, commitment, culture impact, and credibility cost. Be willing to make tough decisions for the good of the team. Managing difficult conversations is one of the hardest parts of being a manager, but it's also one of the most important skills you can develop. Your team is watching how you handle these situations. Your response either builds or destroys your credibility as a leader. The 5-step framework gives you a systematic, fair approach that protects both the individual and the team. Remember, the goal isn't to change everyone. Sometimes the most compassionate thing you can do is to help someone find a role where they can be successful, even if it's not on your team. I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Share 5 insights you got from this video. What resonated most with your own experience managing difficult employees? Your insights can help other managers too. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.